human history is marred by episodes of cruelty and indifference, where atrocities often occur not only due to the perpetrators, but also because of the silent majority that chooses to stand by. John Stuart Mill's assertion that all that people need to achieve their ends is for good people to stand by and do nothing captures this essence. Moral disasters often stem from a lack of action, a refusal to confront wrongs even when we know them to be wrong. This apathy underscores a grim truth. Our principles, though clearly understood, often fail to translate into action when confronted with real-world challenges. Tolstoy suggests that most of us have an innate sense of morality, guided not by philosophical deliberation, but by a simple, common-sense understanding of right and wrong. Yet, as explored in C.S. Lewis's The Screwtape Letters, this moral compass can be dulled and distorted through distraction, apathy, and social influence. Demons, in Lewis's allegory, do not aim to outright destroy morality but to render it irrelevant by focusing human attention on trivialities or immediate concerns. This tactic ensures that deeper ethical reflections are sidelined, leading individuals to act without consideration of their values. In The Screwtape Letters, Screwtape, an experienced demon, advises his nephew Wormwood on how to steer a human, the patient, away from virtue. Rather than directly convincing the patient to reject morality, the strategy involves making moral considerations seem abstract and impractical. By focusing the patient's attention on mundane concerns, such as daily routines or fleeting desires, the demons create a state of moral detachment. Over time, this leads to a form of moral nihilism where values remain nominal but are disconnected from actions. This erosion of values often occurs unnoticed. People maintain the illusion of being principled while their actions increasingly contradict their professed beliefs. This subtle shift can lead to profound consequences. As Lewis illustrates, once the patient becomes accustomed to prioritizing convenience over principle, they become susceptible to moral decay. This process is not marked by dramatic choices but by a series of small compromises that cumulatively alter one's character. Lewis places significant emphasis on the influence of one's social circle in shaping moral behavior. The patient in The Screwtape Letters is shown to be swayed by his desire to fit in with materialistic and sophisticated friends. These relationships subtly pressure him to adopt attitudes and behaviors that conflict with his values. The demons exploit this dynamic, encouraging the patient to compartmentalize his life, practicing religion in one context while abandoning its principles in another. This split personality fosters hypocrisy and self-deception, ultimately leading the patient further from his moral foundations. The danger of social influence lies in its insidious nature. People often seek validation and acceptance, which can lead them to compromise their values to align with their peers. This phenomenon is not limited to high society. It is a universal aspect of human behavior. By aligning with groups that promote division, selfishness, or moral laxity, individuals risk losing their ethical grounding. This underscores the importance of choosing one's companions carefully, as they can significantly impact one's moral trajectory. One of Screwtape's key strategies is to instill a sense of frivolity in the patient, a refusal to take moral issues seriously. This mindset, characterized by irony and cynicism, erodes the individual's capacity for genuine ethical reflection. By trivializing moral concerns, the demons ensure that the patient becomes indifferent to questions of right and wrong. This detachment fosters a state of moral apathy, where values are seen as theoretical luxuries rather than guiding principles. Frivolity is particularly dangerous because it masks itself as harmless humor or intellectual sophistication. It encourages individuals to dismiss serious matters as unworthy of their attention, creating a barrier to moral accountability. Over time, this mindset can lead to a complete disregard for ethical considerations, leaving individuals vulnerable to manipulation and moral corruption. Pride plays a central role in the patient's moral decline. Lewis portrays pride not as a singular flaw, but as an overarching attitude of self-centeredness. The patient's desire to impress his social circle leads him to adopt a sense of superiority over others. This mindset fosters division, both internally and externally, as the patient begins to view himself as distinct from and superior to those outside his group. This sense of superiority is not limited to the patient. It is a recurring theme in many historical atrocities and everyday evils. Moral self-sufficiency allows individuals to justify their actions no matter how cruel, by convincing themselves of their inherent righteousness. This delusion blinds them to their own moral failings, perpetuating a cycle of cruelty and indifference. The cumulative effect of these influences is a gradual but profound transformation. The patient transitions from a principled individual to a moral nihilist, driven by convenience rather than conviction. This shift is not marked by dramatic events but by a series of small, seemingly inconsequential decisions. Each compromise weakens the patient's connection to their values, leading to a state of moral confusion and apathy. This transformation highlights the importance of vigilance in maintaining one's values. It is not enough to profess principles. One must actively practice them even in the face of challenges. The ease with which individuals can be led astray underscores the need for self-awareness and a commitment to ethical integrity. C.S. Lewis's The Screwtape Letters offers a profound exploration of the psychological mechanisms that lead to moral decline. Through the allegory of demonic influence, Lewis illustrates how distraction, social pressure, and pride can erode our values and lead us away from virtue. This narrative serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the importance of self-awareness, ethical reflection, and the courage to act in accordance with our principles. In a world often characterized by moral ambiguity, Lewis's insights remain as relevant as ever. They challenge us to confront our own tendencies toward apathy and self-deception, urging us to strive for authenticity and integrity in our moral lives. By recognizing and resisting the subtle influences that lead us astray, we can cultivate a stronger connection to our values and live more meaningful, principled lives.